After both of them were verified, he was preaching that Firework was the top one. But he didn't do that in good faith. He didn't say Firework was top one because he thought Firework was top one. He thought Slaughterhouse was the harder level, but he preached what he preached because he didn't want to be a disappointment to Vernum and to the community that he had promised to make Firework top one. He didn't want to be a disappointment for not being able to keep his promise, and he felt like complete shit. Like straight up, just complete and utter shit. He felt like a proper disappointment for falling short of his promise of verifying what was supposed to be the hardest level in the game. And after struggling for months, literally over a year to verify, he wasn't able to feel accomplished or satisfied with himself with his achievement because of a cheater. He wasn't able or allowed to feel satisfied with himself for pulling through with one of the most impressive verifications of all time because of someone who cheated. You would think that after a year and over 200,000 attempts, you would feel satisfied and accomplished with it. The whole reason why he started to begin with was because he promised Vernum and Cherry to make it top one, and he couldn't. He could not get that feeling of satisfaction simply because of one guy who decided, yeah, I'm just gonna macro this shit. And it's so aggravating to think about, knowing that he went and constantly bashed himself and was constantly angry and disappointed of himself because of a lie that made him lose out on his dream of verifying the hardest level. I want to give a little bit of credit. Trick said himself that it is not all negative because his feelings of anger and frustration did lead to a massive spike in motivation to improve at the game. Trick has since become one of the best players in the game and is currently one of the top players on the stats viewer. But I think that sort of motivation is such a double-edged sword in a way. I feel like it shouldn't come from such a deep-rooted feeling of anger and frustration with yourself. Yes, it is space that caused him to spiral and become that angry with himself, but being angry of yourself because of someone else verifying a level harder than something you'd been working on for a long time, it just feels awful. He would have been the verifier of the top one demon, Firework, but he was robbed of it because Space hacked